Welcome air signs, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you spending some time. Right, now as always I have pre-shuffled and laid the cards out, and for any new people, welcome and thank you for joining. Right, so let's get started air signs. This is energy reading for the week ahead, and that's the week 19th of September, but not really date specific, and I trust when you see this video, if you resonate with the title, then that's when you're meant to get the message. Right, so let's get started. So in your departing energy position we have the Hierophant. Right, Hierophant he's a guide, he's a spiritual leader, he's about traditions. Hello cat, sorry, excuse the cat, cat wants to join in. Hello darling, yes, come and sit in my lap. Right, traditions and lessons. He's in constant service of spirit, and he's all about learning and education. Now, obviously I've seen the spread, and the departing energy suggests to me that you've been doing a bit of soul searching yourself, and maybe taking on new learnings, but of a spiritual sense rather than a new, let's say, topic, like, oh, I'll learn accountancy, or I'll learn how to knit, something tangible. This is an intangible search and learning that you've been going through. It speaks of new paradigms. It's a shift, it's a new way of thinking, if you like. It's perhaps ditching old beliefs that don't serve you anymore. A very strong, solid, deep, soul-searching energy that's departing for you. So you've been in almost been like in a hermit mode, where you've gone in and you've been doing work on yourself, which is always lovely, but also difficult, very, very difficult, or can be at times. Now in the present position we've got the Six of Swords. Now the Six of Swords is about transitioning, it's about moving on, it's about putting past traumas behind you, and just finding a new way of being. As you can see, she's traveling in a boat, choppyish waters. They're not raging waves there, but help comes in just at the right time when you need it. You see the raven spirits here. They have come to pull her boat along, to aid her in her journey, to aid her in her transition. She's carrying a suitcase here, which to me speaks of the past traumas and the stuff that you're trying to let go of. You're still sort of harbouring a few of those. The best thing you can do is put that case down. It's a difficult time. Obviously, when we do inner work, we do come across the shadow side, and sometimes we don't like what we find. But do put that down, because the journey is taking place, will take place. But there's help at hand. You know, these guys here, they're helping you. So you needn't feel so alone. Although, you know, saying that, the woman here in the card, she's pulling her hair out, she's pulling out her hair. So obviously going through quite an angsty time. But fear not, because you're not on your own, and help is at hand. It's, you know, these journeys are never easy. And sometimes when we're doing the soul search and we're going within and we're trying to accept and love our warts and all, you know, that's not an easy thing. And you know, sometimes when we have come to the conclusion, all right, well, this is how I am, so I may as well love it, it doesn't necessarily mean others around it are going to love it too. So perhaps you ditching that baggage is going to signify losing people along the way. But, you know, that's always necessary in order to be our true selves, to become the true you and embrace. Now, the upcoming energy, we've got the Five of Wands. Now, this is about competition, conflict. It's also, it's mental jousting. If you can see, there are 5 guys here. you know, a makeshift rickety ladder made up of the wands, the 5 wands, and some are falling, some are climbing, some are halfway up. It's a card of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It feels to me like you're really, really trying to get to the crux of something. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And you know, this card gives me the sense that you're going to keep on going, that you're not, you know, until you're happy with your outcome, you're not going to stop. This is a card of leveling up with yourself. So it is your warts and all. And you know, with this card, in some reads, it signifies competition and conflict with others. I think this is just you. It's completely inner work that you're doing. And because it's so difficult, you know, you'll get to a certain stage and then you'll go, oh, don't like that very much. And then you'll kick back a bit and sort of stop your search, and then go and, you know, when you get your second win, you'll go and reignite that want in you to actually find truth. So, you know, this is a card of hard work, and yeah, conflict, but you're in a conflict. I don't think there's anybody else involved here. But like I said with the 6 of Wands, sometimes when we do reach our truthness, that's not a word, is it? Truthness, our truth, just our truth. When we reach our truth and we accept our truth, it doesn't mean others are going to. So I think that the mental jousting in this card, the sort of knocking on your own head is going to come with, if I do this, if I am me, if I do embrace that side of me, people aren't going to like it. Well, you know what? How important is that to you? How important is your truth? You know, that's the question you need to ask yourself. And you know what? Losing people, very, very difficult. And but in order to be us, to embrace ourselves, to love ourselves properly, it's necessary. Necessary evil, I'm afraid. A really somber read so far, isn't it? But nonetheless, it's a reading I absolutely love, because I think when anybody takes the time for introspection, it's the hardest thing they're ever going to do. Analysing ourselves and talking to ourselves, and it's a criticism. It's almost like it's a critical path. You know, as they say, what's the critical, you know, in business they say, what's the critical path? Well, this critical path is you. It's your truth, and it is really, really important, critical. So the underlying energy of the read, we've got the King of Swords, my lovelies. I'm going to put that there. I'm having issues with camera focus at the moment, so hopefully you'll be able to sort of see that okay-ish. King of Swords is intelligence and logic. He's about rules and laws, clear thinking, but more to the point, he's about truth and proof. And I think that's what your search is about in the coming week. It's going to demand bravery and courage, which is what the King of Swords carries. So you're going to be fine. You know, I don't doubt that you're going to get where you're going, even though it's going to be tough along the way. It's about blending spiritual and mental together. It's, you know, you can see he's a bit of an action man, isn't he? He's carrying, oh, right. It couldn't be better, in fact. He's carrying his sword of truth there. So, you know, the cards are saying you're in search of truth. And, you know, on the spiritual side of it, he's got his spirit animals all around him. He can tap into their energy and their guidance anytime he wants. So don't feel that you're alone. Those ravens that you had in your search, in your transition that's coming up, your raven is still with you, so it's gonna be with you throughout this journey. I've just turned my head, and underneath the king, you've got the star. My God, air signs, you know, a wish upon a star. Make that wish. You know, that this is a card of manifestation. This is a carding of bringing what you want into being. It's connection to source. So, you know, stand in your King of Swords energy and you go for it. You know, it's going to be a very up and down journey this week, but you know what? You've got the courage to face it, and you are carrying your sword of truth, so you can find it and you can stand in it. Right. So yeah, a really, what can I say? What's the word I want? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but the sword of truth is there and your king is carrying it. So step into your power, reach for your courage because it's there. Absolutely wonderful. I know it's a hard reading, and I don't really like leaving people feeling like they're having a really hard time, but of course we all do sometimes. And although this is a difficult period, there is light here. And you know what? Keep doing your work, because when you stand in your truth, it will free you. There is nothing better. It's that sigh of relief. It's that, okay, I've done it. It was difficult, but I made it through and I've come out the other end. And you will. So let's see what spirit animals, the Shaman Oracle has for you in the upcoming week. And this is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So air signs, it seems like you're really doing some work on yourself, and it seems to be a collective thing at the moment. Everyone's sort of, I don't know if it's a pre-autumn thing, but it's also almost like people are going into hibernation and just taking a look at what's gone by and trying to improve everything around them, the surroundings, themselves. And you know, when we lose the things that we don't need, when we ditch the baggage, there's always freedom at the end of that. Okay, Shaman Oracle, this is for the air signs, a message to take them into next week. You know, I'm just looking at the Five of Wands here while I'm waiting for this card to jump out. And at the top of this rickety ladder, the person has reached the light. So, do you know what? Make no bones about it. You will succeed. You know, the Andean cross, have faith. It's one of those symbols that, you know, you can almost decipher it in any way you want, but it's a symbol of hope. And I think that's exactly, you know, with this transitioning that you're going through, that's exactly what you need, is hope. And I tell you what, when you get to the end of this journey, this hope is going to shine so bright. And you know what, that's all we need to continue, you know, walking our paths. We need hope. Without our hope and dreams, you know, it sort of renders everything, well, it doesn't, it just dampens things down. But, you know, keep your eye on the prize. You know, the work you're doing is so important. Let's see what the animal spirits have for you to go into the week ahead. I mean, and look at the colour of that cross. Look how it shines. And that's shining for you. So go for it, air signs. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let's see what the animal guides have for the air signs for the upcoming week. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, I think it's a collective thing at the moment. We're all on a soul search. I think it's been such a tough year. And of course, going back into the workplace now, going into the city, going to work on a daily basis now, it's like almost things, the 3 months or maybe the 5 months in between of lockdown, almost non-existent, and people are getting back to normal. But of course, there is no normal to go back to, is there? And you know, some of us, our jobs are rocky, some of us have lost our jobs. You know, it's such a tricky period to negotiate. So it's not surprising that all the soul-searching energy is infiltrating the air at the moment. You know, but fear not, air signs. You know, look at that cross there. It's burning bright and it's burning for you. So just keep on going. Wow, this is reluctant, isn't it? It's all right, I'm going to keep on going. I feel that I can't not have one. So let's just keep on, bear with me. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you for bearing with. And let's see what we've got. We've got the bat spirit. Oh God, I'm so happy to see this. A rebirth is assured. Well, of course it's assured. Look at the work you're doing. Of course a rebirth is assured. Keep on going. Head towards that Andean cross that's burning so brightly for you. You know, the bat spirit is spirit calling to you. It's calling you to come forward, to be your best, to carry your sword of truth and keep your eye on the prize because it's there for you. It's burning bright. Stunning. Well, air signs, I hope that meant something to some of you. It won't with all, as you know, with a general read, but I love doing these reads. And this read, although it started off a bit rocky, I do feel full of hope now that these cards have come out, just to crown it all off. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much again for tuning in and for listening. As always, thank you for spending time. And if you did enjoy, please like, share and subscribe. And I will be here same time, same place next week. And again, thank you. Have a great week ahead. Toodle pip and be kind to yourself and each other.